All right, just landed in El Salvador. It is crazy out there. There's so many people. Bitcoin in El Salvador. There's a lot of talk about Bitcoin here in El Salvador. It is or will be the national currency. Apparently there's a lot of places that take it. Now the thing is, the place we're going is called El Zonte. El Zonte is a beach, the Bitcoin beach, where they believe in a world where you can buy coffee with Bitcoin. Oh, look, Israel. Is that actually true? It's a little bit hard to believe. Let me tell you why. Bitcoin has crazy fees. It's very slow. It has all kinds of things that make it amazing for a store of value, but when it comes to a currency, not so much. So the question is, why would El Salvador make Bitcoin the currency as opposed to Bitcoin Cash or really any currency, even make their own like they're doing in, where are they making their own cryptocurrency? Miami, but also Venezuela. Hello! The reason I'm here in El Salvador is to figure out what's actually going on. Is it all hype? Panama was all hype. They had an entire mall for Bitcoin. We go there, there's nothing. Will I be able to go 72 hours only using crypto? Will I be able to get food and coffee and all the things that the Bitcoin Beach website promises that I can do? Well, let's find out.
It's quite hot in here in El Salvador.
Passarinho na janela e o fusquinha na calçada, bicicleta amarela e o calor.
All right, Joe, you're at the Bitcoin Hotel.
It won't let me put the microphone. It won't go on.
You can't be angry. We're at the Bitcoin Hotel. Now, I know what you're thinking watching this. Okay, so you're at a hotel, you pay with Bitcoin. Who cares? What's so special about this place? Let me show you. What do you think, Joe?
This is so cool. I feel so fancy.
So this is the hammock over here.
E as horas vão passando.
Whoa.
E amanhã
Bye-bye. Oh, this is too sunny.
And then the best bathtub. Yeah, see, when you think Bitcoin, this is what you think of, at least during the bull market. We have a few days at the Bitcoin Hotel, 72 hours. We're gonna be roughing it for the next 3 days, as you can tell. Guys, I don't know about you, but I only like to go to the bathroom if I have a view of the jungle, okay?
Oh wait, I just realized I have the microphone on.
All right, so let's see all the prices of this stuff. The massage is $80 US.
It's more expensive than America.
But you can also get a juice cleanse for $40, Joe.
I think you need a juice cleanse. 4 hands massage. Does that
Wow.
mean 2 people massaging?
No, it means 1 person with 4 hands.
There goes our fancy life.
So the idea today is to go around and see what restaurants, what businesses, what can we do and spend Bitcoin on to survive the next 72 hours. And survive is kind of a funny word because this obviously is an upscale resort, but we don't want to just eat here. We want to go and see what else is on the Bitcoin beach and see if it really lives up to the name or if it's just hype. Do you accept Bitcoin?
Yes.
So I could pay for breakfast with Bitcoin?
Yes, sí.
Wow. We're at the hotel, but it is nice to know that you can buy your breakfast with Bitcoin. It's not just fluff. All right, leaving the Garden Hotel now, we're gonna walk around and see what we can find. Now there is a website called thebitcoinbeach.com where they have all of the locations that take Bitcoin or crypto labeled on a little map, which makes it really easy to find. See who we can bump into that accepts Bitcoin or crypto here. See, like, why is a guy like that wearing a Bitcoin shirt? That's what I wanna figure out. What's the deal? All right, so we're at a little market here. Fresh tortilla, beautiful. They're making some kind of food over here. Now it says this place takes Bitcoin, so we're gonna figure out if that's actually the case. Apparently they take Bitcoin. Bitcoin? It's okay? Bitcoin? Okay, okay. It says the feature is not supported. So this is the first location that we've come to. Beautiful place with wonderful tortilla and pastry, but Mama Rosa. Something we don't understand. I think this is something different. This is not Bitcoin.
No, it's the Bitcoin.
Basically, I think this app they're using is for Bitcoin Beach. Do you know if they make that on iPhone?
Sí, a Play Store.
Okay.
Bitcoin Beach. Acá en El Salvador, sino que tiene que...
This number is the one you use in the United States. Because if this is the case, the application you cannot download it.
Right over there.
Office.
Office.
Uh-huh.
So when Bitcoin came to El Zonte, they put an office there and they made an app called the Bitcoin Beach app, and that's how Bitcoin is here. Now, what's amazing is one of the people there speaks English. So tomorrow, we'll come back and see if they'll be kind enough to give us an interview. We're walking down this pretty steep cliff here, and Joanne is gonna struggle a little bit, but she's gonna have to work through that. She's slow, huh? Vámonos! So this is Antonio.
Yes, I am.
Nice to meet you, Antonio.
Nice to meet you too, man. We started to using Bitcoin like almost 3 years ago. In the beginning, nobody believed on Bitcoin because we don't know what is. But Bitcoin is like amazing. I don't have a cash, but I have a Bitcoin, and there's a lot of place you can use and you can pay Bitcoin. And I have like 20 people working with me,
Yeah.
and they get the payment with a Bitcoin too.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I never use another crypto. My site is with Bitcoin.
You must be very happy because Bitcoin now is going
Go up. When we started, Bitcoin is $9,300.
Really?
When we started, like 2 months ago, we are on 60 something.
So Antonio has a whole construction company, and he pays all of his workers in Bitcoin. And look at this, here we have the Hope House, El Zonte, El Salvador, the Bitcoin Beach. And our friend over here brought us. So amazing, look at this. And across here is Bitcoin. Look, doesn't their logo look like the Popeyes logo?
It does.
Popeyes chicken?
Yeah.
Now, I'm still kind of new to crypto, so I'm not really sure what Strike is and how Strike is different from Bitcoin and how they're connected. But that's one of the things that we're going to learn tomorrow. But I'm noticing that a lot of places that say they take Bitcoin, they likely do, but they do it in some form that I'm not familiar with. So I'm not able to use my standard Bitcoin wallet to transfer Bitcoin to any of these people. So I'm curious why that is and what that is, and that's something that we'll learn hopefully soon.
Meets my skin. Even with my eyes still
Come on through the barbed wire, Joe.
Golden.
All right, heading towards the beach now. This is a big surfing town. The customs official when we were coming in said, "Oh, you going surfing?" Do I look like I'm the kind of person that surfs? Well, the first day in El Zonte is looking a little odd. When I first came, I had high hopes because I saw Bitcoin stickers everywhere. I was so excited to be able to easily get by. And then you look a little closer. You find out that that's not really the case. Now, I don't know if they do or they don't take Bitcoin. I just know, oh, hermit crab. I just know that right now, I'm not gonna have lunch unless I go back to the hotel. Because every place I try to spend Bitcoin, they hit me with a, oh, you need this app, Bitcoin Beach app. Hello. You pinched me.
What should I say? I don't know how to vlog.
All right, I'm at a resort where we just got pizza, and now we're gonna pay with Bitcoin. So we'll see if it works. Gonna scan QR code, and we'll see if we can pay. Right, so we'll see if it works. All right, I just tried to pay with Bitcoin, and looks like it doesn't work. You have to have the Bitcoin Beach wallet. I'm noticing that all the places that say they take Bitcoin, they don't. They take the Bitcoin Beach wallet, which uses another technology. But for now, back to the credit card. What do you see, Jojo?
Seeing the path to the beach down here.
You want to go in the pool?
Yeah, let's go in the
Yeah, let's go in the pool.
When there's less. Not that pool.
What do you mean, not that pool? So this hotel lets you book things like a fishing adventure where you go out on the water and you catch fish. They have coffee tastings. They have a whole bunch of events that you can book using Bitcoin. So we're gonna find out if that's true. And if by oh, hold on, I gotta show you this.
Where are you going, little fella?
He's attacking me. Oh, you fell, man. Be careful. But we're gonna book a coffee tasting, and he has the QR code here. John, right?
Yes.
John. So John's gonna help me pay. Okay, so easy to send Bitcoin. Just go to send, scan QR code, and then here's the QR code. There we go. And I'll send half now, $75. And there we go. All right, so there we go. Paid for my coffee tasting. So the fee for this transaction was $2.56, which is about the cost of a cup of coffee. But this is the coffee tasting, so it's a lot more expensive. So spending $75 and having a $2 something, whatever fee, not so bad. It gets a little tricky though, once we start getting into buying just the cup of coffee for $2.56 and then having a fee that's $2. But the hotel here definitely does accept pure BTC, Bitcoin, actual Bitcoin. What do you guys think? I feel like when you have signs everywhere that say Bitcoin, but you don't really take Bitcoin, you take a thing on top of it. Is that really taking Bitcoin? I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that, but it is worth mentioning. Hey, let me ask you a question. How many people come here and actually pay with crypto?
Right now, like a couple last months, there'll be a lot of people because this is something new for El Salvador, right? The state right now, like a couple months ago, the state told that every commerce have to accept Bitcoin. So a lot of people just is scared that who's gonna like protect their money, because if you go to a bank, the bank told us, okay, I'm gonna protect your money, and anything happens to your money, we're gonna answer about that.
Yeah.
So with the crypto, it's kind of different because people is really scared that they can lose their money from one day to another. And who can I call? Who can give my money back? People that are living with $2 a day for 3 or 4 persons in a family. So if you have your wallet, and if you need to eat, and if you go to a cashier, a Bitcoin cashier, and to ATM to get your money out, and you can't, that people is not going to eat. A really high level of poor people, really poor people that tell you that they live with $1 a day, that kind of people, you can't force them to use Bitcoin.
The irony for me too, seeing what's happening in El Salvador, is the point of Bitcoin is freedom. Forcing people to use it is not freedom.
No, it's not freedom.
What do you think of the sand color?
Why is it black? It's pretty cool though. It's like a minimalist beach.
This sand is on brand with me. So I have a viewer named Anthony, and he's watched a lot of my videos and he follows me, and I really appreciate that. One of the things that he worried about with me making this video on the El Zonte Bitcoin beach was, am I going to misrepresent it? Not show the whole story? And the answer to that is, of course, that's what's gonna happen. Only because I'm not an expert. I am only someone who knows a very minimal amount about Bitcoin. I'm still very new to all of this. And I can only show you and explain things that I experienced firsthand. I've gone and I've seen lots of locations that all say they take Bitcoin. I see the Bitcoin logo absolutely everywhere. And at every single location I've gone, I have tried to spend my money, my Bitcoin, and none of them worked. None of them I could just take out my phone at a place that says Bitcoin accepted here and actually buy anything with Bitcoin. Now, is that my mistake? Is that because I'm ignorant? Yes, but that's exactly the point. If we want Bitcoin, if we want cryptocurrency to spread to more and more people, to guarantee more economic freedom, we have to make it easier, not harder. And tomorrow, my goal is pretty simple. It's going to be to get their Bitcoin Beach app, to get Strike. I don't know what they are. I don't know how they work. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to talk to some people who do. And once I get all of that going, I'm going to finally be able to spend my Bitcoin. Gonna go have dinner, which I pay for with Bitcoin, at the hotel because they're the only ones that accept Bitcoin so far. We'll see if that changes tomorrow. By the way, guys, Joanne just pointed out, look how sparkly the sand is.
It's so sparkly.
Turns out I can't use Bitcoin at most of the places here, which was a disappointment. I don't know how I feel about that. On one hand, it's called the Bitcoin Beach, so I would hope that I would be able to use Bitcoin. I have to first get something called Lightning. It's as if you went to a cafe to get a coffee, and they say, yeah, we take American dollars here. Literally, it's called the American Dollar Cafe. And take out a $5 American bill, and they say, actually, no, we actually don't take the American dollar. You have to take your dollar and you have to convert it into yen, and then we'll take yen. And then you can convert your yen back into dollars. That's sort of how I see it. But I'm only me. and maybe you watching think totally different about it. Now, the thing is, I don't really understand exactly what Lightning is and how it works. But from what I understand, you take your Bitcoin and you convert it into Lightning, and then you can convert it back into Bitcoin, which sounds like all the other cryptos. It sounds like you're just taking your Bitcoin and swapping it for another token, and then you're swapping it back for Bitcoin. However, I do know that here at the Bitcoin Beach, I can't use Bitcoin, so I need to get a Lightning wallet. So I'm here in this hammock, just relaxing, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go through and get a Lightning wallet together. You'd hope that this would be really easy, especially because this country is going to require by law that every merchant be able to accept Bitcoin. And of course, you can't accept Bitcoin if you're only making $1 a day, and then your fees are like $2 or $3 or $5 or $10 or $20. Lightning is the way to solve that problem. So again, I've never done this before. I don't know what it will be like. Now, the logo that I see everywhere is called Strike. Strike is a company out of Chicago, I believe. They have a parent company there, and they're designing this app that uses Lightning. Just go to the App Store, download Strike, send and spend Bitcoin. All right, opening Strike up right now, get started. I'm finding right off the bat, they're asking for my email, 898. All right, now I pick a username, United States. Now it needs my phone number for some reason. Now it's asking for my first and last name. Now, I'm not the most experienced person in crypto, but one of the benefits of crypto is staying anonymous and having a wallet that is anonymous. I guess that's not how this works. Looks like it's gonna KYC me. Now, click here to deposit. Bank account or credit card? I don't want to deposit USD, fiat. I want to deposit Bitcoin. How do I do that? Okay, request BTC. Okay, cool. Turns out this is not as easy as I thought. So some time has passed. I'm inside now. I'm gonna go ahead and send a request for $5 worth of Bitcoin from my friend David to appear magically here on my phone using the Strike app. So that did come through, but it's pending. So you know, Bitcoin isn't the fastest, so I don't know how long it's gonna take, but theoretically, now, after many times of trying, I should have Bitcoin in the Strike wallet, which I'm told I'm able to use to buy stuff here at the Bitcoin Beach. I see Bitcoin accepted here and the Bitcoin logo, and when I try to use that currency, it doesn't work. Then I'm told by the locals that I need an app called the Bitcoin Beach app. And I go to download it, and of course I can't, because as it turns out, the Bitcoin Beach app is region locked. And my first thought at the time was, okay, but I thought the whole point of Bitcoin is it's supposed to be for everyone. It's supposed to be open. It's not supposed to be locked to a specific region. And then I found that there is another app you can use here that's called Strike. And I said, okay, well, that's cool too. And that's what we did and got loaded up here on today. But I found out with Strike, the way that works is you have to completely KYC yourself. You have to put your real information out there. You have to do all the stuff, which I thought Bitcoin was kind of fighting against. Now, again, the biggest misconception that I've had about Bitcoin Beach is that this is a place for tourists, for foreigners to come and to spend Bitcoin. That's not what this is. This is specifically to help and to enrich the lives of the locals. You know, this isn't a Disneyland of Bitcoin, and they're not pretending it is. So in a way, what I have to say here doesn't matter at all, because it's not about me, it's about the El Salvadorians. The Salvadorians, I think that's what they call themselves, the Salvadorians, not El. And it's selfish of me to sit here and complain like, you know, but at the same time, I know people on Twitter are gonna hate me for saying this, but my day two has not been happy here. It has been, I feel that all of the problems that they're experiencing here are solved with other cryptos, such as Bitcoin Cash. If they took Bitcoin Cash here, there would be no fees, it would be instant. I wouldn't have to KYC myself, it wouldn't be region locked, and it would be cheaper than Lightning. And because they're choosing to use Lightning, all of the elements that were told to me as to why Bitcoin is the better crypto sort of don't matter anymore. They're not relevant. Everyone here is KYC'd, everyone here is region locked, everyone here isn't actually in control of their money. It's all on apps that they don't have the code to. With all that said, there's still time. There's still time for me to learn. It's day two. I burned a lot of time here. I came here alone. That's the challenge, for me to figure out this stuff on my own, by myself, to say if I could do it, anyone could do it. I'm struggling. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go to the Strike office here to hopefully interview some of the people at the Bitcoin Beach project. I'm gonna try to spend my Strike. I'm gonna try to get some answers and also try to learn. In an ideal world, you wouldn't need to talk to anyone to figure this out. You'd just be able to download an app, use it, good to go. That's not the case, but to the credit of everyone, this technology is extremely new. We'll see how that goes tomorrow. I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic. Gracias.
De nada.
All right,
Sí.
here's our drink. Now we're gonna pay with Bitcoin. So this is day 3, and I put money into Strike. And actually, if you go across the street right here, you can see that that's the Strike office. So hi, I'm gonna try to pay now using Strike, which I put money into. I don't know if it works. I've never done this before, so we're gonna see. So the way to do it is I open Strike. I have $15 in it. I'm gonna go to pay. I'm gonna scan the QR code, and we'll see. I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, it says not valid, and the reason is because this is for the Bitcoin Beach app only. Now, one of the silly things, I guess, about this entire experiment is a lot of these QR codes you have to use their app, which is region locked. Now, but what we can do is Tienda Maria.
Tienda María.
Okay, so we can put username and go to Tienda Maria. Okay, so 50 cents for, that's actually a good deal.
Sí.
Bien. And then we hit next, and then confirm. So there you go. Okay, gracias. All right. So yeah, Strike does work here. So okay, I've just learned, thank you so much, gracias. So this is actually a big deal because this is the first time I've ever been able to spend cryptocurrency here in El Salvador outside of the hotel with someone who's local. However, that's not exactly the case. I don't know what I just spent, but it's not cryptocurrency. So this is Strike, and the way Strike works is sort of like PayPal, it's sort of like Cash App. I had my friend David give me $5 worth of Bitcoin. Then I connected my Chase bank account and transferred $10 of fiat currency into Strike. Logically, you would think that I have $5 of crypto and $10 of fiat currency, but that's actually not the case. Instead, I just have $15 in Strike. Now, when I go to pay someone like that woman, it removes 50 cents from my total of $15, which leaves me with a total of $14.50 left. What percentage of that is crypto? Well, it sort of doesn't matter because none of it is. The way that Strike works is to make it easy and useful for people in villages and people who are trying to do whatever they're trying to do to survive. It's actually not crypto at all. You just have money in Strike, which then you can transfer out to your bank account, or you can pay someone. Strike is just taking the $5 worth of anything I put in, whether it's fiat, Lightning, or Bitcoin, and they're just holding it for themselves. And when I go to make a purchase, they're handling the currency. They're sending out $5 worth of whatever is requested. Now again, that's a pretty cool thing because it takes away a lot of the complexity, a lot of the headache for me. Now I'm very new to Lightning, but from what I've seen, it is a nightmare of complexity. You basically can't do it yourself unless you're a technical or a coder or something like that. The average person like me is not gonna be able to do it, at least from what I understand. That could be wrong. It's easier just to get a wallet that does it all for you. So it's strange to me so far. My first purchase, our first purchase, of the orange drink, which is theoretically supposed to be able to be bought with Bitcoin, was not bought with Bitcoin. I guess kind of in a roundabout way it was. Bitcoin Beach, it looks like you can't spend Bitcoin here. And it looks like you can't even spend Lightning, but we'll see if that's the case. So I was walking back to my hotel when Joanne and I met Nicholas here, and he overheard me talking about Lightning. And also, why are you here? What do you do in crypto? Why are you visiting El Zonte?
I'm living here. Have you seen the Bitcoin Beach sign? You know,
yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
Okay. So I'm the one who makes the wallet.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you're kind of the guy here, the go-to guy.
Yeah. Why El Zonte is because there is someone here, basically he's an American living here, and he wanted to see the economy grow. And he was, as a Bitcoiner, was thinking if we can introduce Bitcoin in the local economy, like it should help to grow the economy, because one of the things here is El Salvador is a country that uses the US dollar. So the banks have to comply with US law, and therefore like, there is not a lot of financial inclusion in El Zonte and in El Salvador in general. 70% of the population is unbanked. Yeah,
Almost
so
no one has a bank
it
account.
means like 30% have a bank account and 30%
Yeah.
doesn't. And the good thing with Bitcoin is that Bitcoin doesn't care if you have an ID, if you have enough money, like, as long as you have a phone, you can use Bitcoin. And so the idea is that, okay, let's try to build a local economy where, people could use Bitcoin. And this is how it gets started 2 years ago.
I met a construction worker here, a local, and he said that he gets paid in Bitcoin, and he pays his 20 employees in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And that blew me away, because maybe this is only like wealthy, Bitcoin tourists that are coming through, but that's not what's happening here. You actually have locals that are adopting and using the currencies.
I can't even say the opposite. So I think the most likely use case in the US is that wealth preservation, right? If you have money and some inflation, you want to protect your wealth, and you can buy any type of assets with scarcity. And Bitcoin is probably the best asset to that. So like it's really wealth preservation when you have wealth, right? When you're wealthy. Here in El Zonte, it's pretty much a bottom-up approach where it's actually really starting from the poor people because they don't have a bank account, and no Lightning for them is the first time they have electronic money. Because if you don't have a bank account, what does it mean? I mean, you use cash, right?
Yeah.
But cash have some great property. There is finality with cash.
Yep.
There is some privacy with cash. But that's about it, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to pay your electricity bill or water bill or internet bill, it's like, how do you do with cash?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You need to go with some payment processors that will take huge fees.
Yeah, 3%, 4%. Yeah.
Much higher than that.
Wow.
Because the 3-4% that you have in mind is like credit card payments. Cash payment processor is like much higher. And of course, the cost of transaction is like added to the cost of whatever you're using. And also there is an inconvenience that, if you want to pay your bill in cash, like you need to go to some place.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of time, it's inefficient. And so for the first time here, with Lightning, people have they have e-money, like electronic money.
it's
They have what you would have in the US, the Cash App or Venmo.
So that's exactly the opposite of what I expected. So I'm so glad I ran into you. People are actually using Lightning and Bitcoin at the ground level. Now the question I have for you, I don't know how to use Lightning and how to get it. And when I went to one of the little stalls, they had a Bitcoin QR code, but when I tried to send Bitcoin with my wallet app, it didn't let me. And that's why I thought maybe it was something on top of it, like Lightning. So
the QR code you saw is actually something we did for the Bitcoin Beach wallet. Currently, we need to improve the payment flow, I would say. So if you scan this QR code with your phone, it opens a web page. You will have a Lightning invoice that you can paste into your wallet. But if you just try scanning this QR code from a Lightning wallet, it will not understand it.
Yeah, there's other cryptocurrencies out there like XLM or any of those other cryptos. Why not use some of those if they're easier for smaller transactions, and reserve Bitcoin for holding large amounts of money or transferring larger amounts, as opposed to building another solution on top of it?
The issue with altcoin is that they are all broken in some way. What you want is a strong monetary base, which is very robust and censorship resistant.
Yeah.
And we have this with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the only protocol that provides this censorship resistance.
Yeah.
You can think of any other protocol, like Ethereum, for instance, or other, they are all changing the rules every time. And therefore, it's not a strong base to build money. Maybe it can be useful for something else than money, but if you want money, you want something that is stable, right? You don't want something that keep changing every year because something is happening. And the only so far protocols that have this strong property of stability and censorship resistance is Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. And this is the best layer to build on top of, right? Most other protocols that exist, that say, hey, we want to have a faster money, and the argument doesn't work anymore because now, just using Bitcoin, you have all the tools necessary to make instant payments from the best money you can think of, right?
I was lucky enough to run into Nicholas, who was so kind to talk to me. Got to learn about how Lightning works here at the Bitcoin Beach, which is very different than I expected. So that was a lot of fun. So this is the Garten Hotel here in El Zonte. It's one of the places, in fact, the only place that I've been able to take BTC on my 3-day challenge. Not a lot of time left. So far I've been able to find Strike, but I've heard that you're able to use a service called Lightning. So my goal right now is to walk down this road and find a place where I can use Lightning. I got an app called the Mun Wallet, which apparently handles both Bitcoin and Lightning. I've been told that the app is easy and that it'll work with all of the proprietary Bitcoin Beach apps that everyone here has. Let's go find out. This is one of the places that takes Bitcoin, so I'm told. Strike accepted here and Bitcoin accepted here. Theoretically, I should be able to pay with Strike, Bitcoin, or the Bitcoin Beach app. We'll see if Lightning works for it. I got a lemonade here, and this place is beautiful. Turns out El Zonte is one of the biggest surf towns. Look, here's another one. Bitcoin accepted here, so we'll see. Can you actually spend Bitcoin at this place where they have 2 signs, not just one, that say Bitcoin accepted here? In front of me is an incredible beach with crashing waves. There's a film team over here too. Right there. I don't know what they're filming, but I think it's something surfing related because they're interviewing like this surfer kind of guy with blonde hair. And anyway, all the surfers here have blonde hair, I've noticed. All right, so now it's time to pay, and we're gonna try to use Lightning, and we'll see how that goes. So it looks like there is a QR code here, so I'm gonna open up my new wallet called the Mun Wallet. Here it is, so I have $20 in my Mun Wallet, and I should be able to just scan this code, and it should work. So I want to pay with Lightning with this QR code. Am I able to?
Yes. Do you want pay me in Bitcoin?
Yes.
Or in a Strike?
Not Strike, in Bitcoin. Yeah,
Okay.
in Bitcoin.
This is my username. Only username in Bitcoin Beach, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have Bitcoin Beach?
I don't have Bitcoin Beach because it's not available for anyone.
What do you have?
I have Mun, which is Lightning.
Lightning.
Yeah, Lightning.
Okay.
I think it.
Yes.
I think it will work.
Check.
Yeah, let me check. Okay, so I was told that I can't just scan the QR code. I have to take a picture of it with my phone, bring up the camera, open it in Chrome, and now it's opening in Google Chrome. Scan using a Lightning-enabled wallet. Okay, well that's working. So I'm going to screenshot that just in case. Open my Mun wallet, go to Send, scan a Bitcoin or Lightning QR code. Okay, well I can't because it's on my phone. So how do I do that? So let's see. Oh, I can copy it. Okay. Got it. Address. The invoice is missing a valid amount.
I question the Bitcoin Beach, the guys that Bitcoin Beach for what is the problem for use the...
Right now, I was going to pay with Bitcoin here, and the filming team decided that they're going to come over and talk to me. So now, yeah, not this camera anymore, that camera. It's interesting. I like the idea of Bitcoin, obviously. It's what drew me to El Salvador. What's strange to me is that it's being forced. And with Bitcoin, there's very high fees when you spend or buy something. It's interesting to me how many of the common people in El Salvador will be able to deal with fees being so high. I'm not sure why they made that decision. I just spoke with the film crew over here and they were so nice. Carlos Ortiz.
Hola, amigo.
All right.
Right.
Gracias. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Ended up being filmed for the TV. How cool is that? Tried to use Lightning. Did not work. Could not use Bitcoin, but could use Strike. So that seems to be the story. We'll see if that continues. I'm going to walk around now and see where else I can use my Lightning that I got on my Mun wallet. I transferred 20 bucks on there. I'd like to be able to use it all. Okay, so I'm gonna buy this stuff right here. And I'm gonna try to use Lightning. So I'm told that I should be able to just scan it with the phone app and then open it in my browser. And then from there, I should be able to pay. So let's see. I'm going to go here. It says open in Chrome. Here's the QR code. So I'm gonna click that. Then I'm gonna go to my Mun app here. I'm gonna go to send. Address is in clipboard already. Click that. And the invoice is missing a valid amount. Invoices must have an amount of at least 1 Satoshi. Please create or request a new one. That's kind of where I'm stuck at. And the 2 people that I've asked so far, the place we just came from and here, both I'm not able to use Lightning. So, yeah, don't know. I'm probably doing something wrong. It's probably me, but I'm not sure how to solve the problem. I'm just kind of stuck with it. So we're going to be able to talk with the Bitcoin Beach crew and learn more about what they're doing here, what the charity is, how they're using the Bitcoin, and learn why El Salvador, of all of the places in the world they could have gone to, why did they choose here? Oh, this is cool. This t-shirt is the Bitcoin law. And then they have regular ones, Bitcoin country. Oh, this one is a bigger one. As I've walked around, I've seen people wearing these shirts and I always wondered where they got them from. Now I'll be able to get one. So I'm here with Roman. I got the R rolling a little bit there. And he's been so nice to meet with me and meet with you guys to answer some questions about what they're doing here.
So we do more or less 21 social projects here.
Wow.
In 4 bases like education, recreation, spiritual, and empowerment. For us, Bitcoin has been the tool to be able to develop and to push all these projects, in Zonte. We started in Zonte, now we're working with 5 more communities along the coast. 7 communities, sorry. Yeah. Basically was like, we need money to do all these social projects and this person is like a donor, anonymous donor, say that he have Bitcoin and he wanna be the main sponsor, in the beginning.
Yeah.
And kind of he opened like the channel, he opened kind of the door, to the Bitcoin, and we're dreamers. We used to say that we are dreamers and we are like 4 people, like Mike, Jorge, Irving, me, and now our team, our Bitcoin Beach team is
expanding,
big, When we started using for social works, for paying the English teacher with Bitcoin, for paying the computer class with Bitcoin, to clean the beach and paying with Bitcoin. They were like some people that had difficulties to find like a job in the community. So the project offering them like a job and offering to pay on Bitcoin, So that's kind of like how everything started. And now, how Bitcoin is gonna be a legal tender in El Salvador in September 7, and our project is having like growing like a lot. And we have now more than 21 social projects. We have 100 kids learning English. We have kids studying in computer class. We have a lifeguard program. We have
everything,
everything.
That's amazing.
We're trying to cover everything.
Yeah.
How everything started is like a dream, to change our community, our kids, our young people. The only dream that they had was like to cross the border, trying to get to the USA illegal and working there for finding more opportunities.
Yeah.
Because our country didn't offer that, And that was like the dream. The dream was we're gonna build in Zonte that place where our kids don't need to leave our country. We see now kids that when they started taking part in the social project, they were around 10 years old, and now they're like 19, 20s, and their mindset are totally different.
Because they know computer, they know how to form businesses, they have a foundation that came from what you guys are doing.
Exactly.
Funded with Bitcoin.
Exactly.
That's outstanding. If you were funded in fiat, in traditional currency, do you think that things would have been as they are? Or do you think that what you have here is specific because of cryptocurrency?
That's a good question, because Bitcoin in our country, well, in Zonte, arrived like 3 years ago. But before that, we have been having like dollars since the 2001, and things never change. Because there is one thing that no one teach you, and it's financial education. And this is not just in like here in El Salvador, it's all around the world. No one teach you what money is, how money works. Bitcoin bring that opportunities to our community.
To start thinking about money and financial systems.
Access to the financial system. Like before Bitcoin arrived, or all or people in the community, they didn't have access to the bank account.
I heard that. What is it, 30% or something? That
70%.
70% don't have access.
Don't have access in the entire country. So when Bitcoin arrived, we started using as a tool, right, to teach, to do the social project. But in the reality, what was happening was the people start to transact digitally for the first time in their life. For you, it's easier to go to the center of New York to order a coffee, grab your credit card and pay digitally.
Right.
But that's a luxury.
Yeah, it is.
That not everyone have.
Yeah.
And you say like, how is that possible? If they want to send money, let's say from here to India, but they're not in the system.
And that's a big problem because from what I read, something like 20% of the GDP of this country is for people sending money back.
Remittance.
And there's remittance, and huge amounts of money is lost to the fees that are being charged by Western Union and these kind of things, and also delays.
It's already changed everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's allowed people that you're here in El Salvador, you're in the USA, you're in Europe, you're in Canada, and you have the same opportunities.
Yeah.
You can scan the same QR code that you're scanning in the USA, and I'm scanning the same QR code here, and we all have the same opportunities. And this is what Bitcoin represents, that freedom, that monetary network that is open and is making people dreaming and making people having access for the first time to transact digitally. We start to see people saving money for the first time in our community. You born and you grow up listening that for saving money, you need to put it in the bank account. But if you never have access to that, we came from families that they never changed their reality because they used to spend what they get in a month, they spending in a month. Since Bitcoin arrived, we started to see people saving money for the first time. You can save the money, you know, under the mattress, how our grandparents were trying to do, or you can put it in the bank. But it's like, the reality is like, our local families, what they can save in the end of the month, there is not a lot, because the salary are low. But if they put it in something that can become something better, like an asset that doesn't lose their value, Bitcoin can be like the key, man.
Oh, absolutely.
And who get it that? We have already like sample histories to tell you about that people that get the same salary, but they get it in Bitcoin now and they save that 10% every month.
Adds up.
And their life start to changing. And another thing is like, maybe for 70% of our population, we're representing access to the financial system, but we're representing for you that you already have access to the financial system. Well, when you understand that Bitcoin have the potential to make like a better world for everyone, and something that you have, if you will share it with someone, that you are gonna make like a better life, very quality life for them, people are more willing to do it. And many Bitcoiners that have been having here, they start to using and spend sats.
That's
in the
fantastic.
community.
This was one of the greatest interviews I've had. You are so thoughtful, and I think what you guys are doing here is just very important. So I want to thank you, obviously, for your time. But man, how was that? That was pretty good, huh? Oh, one last question for you. What's after the beach?
The ocean, no. No, what I see about Bitcoin Beach, we're like helping many companies, we're helping with education. We're not the government, we're like an ONG that we empowerment kids. We make kids, you see here the name of the building is Hub House. This is like a place where all the kids can find hub. And they can come here and they will find like other dreamers ready to help them. And now El Salvador will show to the entire world that one country can change using the technology, because Bitcoin is technology, and investing in education. Education is the key. If we want to make like a empowerment change, and a change that will change our generation and generations.
All right, well, you heard it here. That was outstanding. Thank you so much again for everything.
You're welcome.
Great to learn about what they're doing here in El Salvador is just the first step, because I do believe that cryptocurrency is going to keep moving forward, and it really is the future we need. So, great, we're done.
Yeah.
All right, we just finished our interview with the Bitcoin Beach, and boy, has that changed how I'm thinking about everything, how I'm thinking about making this video, how I'm thinking about presenting it, how I'm thinking about everything. It's totally different now.
I think it was amazing. It's not even about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's about helping the people here, and Bitcoin is just a tool that they're using to help the people. Everyone sitting at home in their AC just got it wrong.
Yep. Well, we had it wrong too.
We had it wrong too. But it's not until you see it to actually see it, you know? People can just talk online and chat about things, but if you're not seeing it in person, you don't get it.
The way I was thinking about this originally was, you know, they're using Bitcoin. They call themselves the Bitcoin Beach, but I can't use Bitcoin. And I can't use Lightning, and I can't use their app. And, you know, it was a lot of these feelings, a lot of frustrations. But what I realized is it's not called the Bitcoin Beach because you can spend Bitcoin here.
Right.
That's the entire point. This is not the Bitcoin Beach because you can come here and use Bitcoin.
Right.
It's not called the Bitcoin Beach because you can come here and use Lightning. That is not relevant whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's called the Bitcoin Beach because there was a nonprofit here that had been here for 14 years. And Bitcoin was the first to come here and give them the tool, the financial tool that they need to do their work. You can say, well, it's flawed. Well, maybe it's non-custodial, maybe it's custodial, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Maybe there's fees, maybe whatever. It wasn't Bitcoin Cash that was here first. It wasn't Stellar Lumens that was here first. It was Bitcoin.
It just happened that Bitcoin came here first.
Right.
It's kind of like you get those like wealthy people that donate to a school and then they name a building after them.
Yeah.
So they're naming the beach after Bitcoin because
right.
the anonymous donor doesn't want to be named.
Right.
And he gave them Bitcoin.
So, let's go swimming.
You're ending that with let's go swimming.
What else can I say?
I don't know. I think it's really cool what they're doing.
So talk about it.
And we talked to this other guy too, like didn't record it, but he was so heartfelt.
He was almost crying.
He was almost crying, like believing so much in what they're doing here. The community, the social projects, it was amazing.
You know, as men, we always get sucked and trapped into like tools, you know? I mean, I think about that with photography, right? I'm into like, what camera should I get? What is Sony or Canon or this or that? None of that really matters, especially when you get a hotel like that. What matters is how the tool is effectively being used. And even if the tool, frankly, sucks, even if the tool has high fees, even if the tool is slow, even if the tool doesn't read QR codes and I can't buy a coffee here in the Bitcoin Beach and it drives me wild, the fact is that the tool, if it has a use case that's beneficial to people, then it's a good tool.
Right, and people can figure out different ways to use it. It's not just one way.
Right.
So they figure out how to use, I don't know, Strike or whatever, and it works for them, it works for them.
So I'd say here's my closing thoughts. I didn't expect this to be the end of my 3-day video. I thought I'd kind of go in a studio and have some kind of debrief, but I think this is fine. I think the end result of my 72 hours surviving at the El Zonte beaches, my project was a failure, but the Bitcoin Beach was a success.
Did you just say you're a failure?
What? It's exactly where I didn't want to end up, is doing a video at the end of the video debriefing. So I have to do it. There's so much that happened. It's 2 weeks after I filmed the video that you just watched. I will be doing a full video covering all my thoughts on the topic, and a link to it when it's done will be up here. In a way, me talking about the tools, which I'm about to do now, is sort of petty in the face of all the humanitarian efforts that they're doing at the beach, but I still do want to be thorough. A few notes to tie up the loose ends. First off, I found out a week after I filmed the video, when I met someone in San Salvador that had the Bitcoin Beach app, that you can, in fact, send Bitcoin and Lightning to people that use the Bitcoin Beach app. So while I was there, yeah, I couldn't spend Bitcoin even once other than the hotel. I couldn't buy anything. It was a complete failure. No Lightning, no Bitcoin. Theoretically, I could have done it had I bumped into a merchant or a seller who knew the very complicated workaround, which again, no one knew. So that is a failing of user interface, and that is something that the Bitcoin Beach team is aware of. Another thing that I thought about with the Bitcoin Beach, and something that I have some complex thoughts on, and I don't know where I stand on it, is they're making Bitcoin mandatory, where every business needs to take it. And for me, the second that you force people at gunpoint to take Bitcoin, kind of doesn't feel like Bitcoin. That's just me, but there's a freedom aspect of it that is hard to swallow. At the same time, 70% of their people don't have bank accounts. And this is giving them a way to save and earn and do really incredible things. So again, it's complicated and it's hard for me to have a very formed, strong opinion, especially as an outsider. Yeah, I couldn't spend Bitcoin or Lightning. Yeah, none of the merchants there and business owners who spoke fluent English had no idea how to accept my crypto or help me, because the training wasn't there and the tools, the user interface just isn't, it's too young. It's not good yet. What I hope that you took out of this video is what I got out of the experience, that fundamentally they are doing important work using radically new technology. They are dramatically altering the trajectory of generations of people at that beach. And it was humbling to see that when it's so new and so young. It blows my mind. If you enjoyed this video, then you can go ahead and like and subscribe. Also, if you have some extra crypto laying around and you want it out of your wallet, feel free to make a donation with the link below, which helps me make videos like this, helps me travel, helps me see what's going on at the ground level in places like El Salvador, but also like when I went to the Bitcoin Mall in Panama and found out that it's all fluff, it's all hype. So I couldn't have done that without support from viewers like you. That's a PBS thing, I think. But anyway, it still applies here. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.